An organisation called Reporters Without Borders, Reporters Sans Frontières in French, or RSF as its initials are, puts out an annual press freedom index of the level of media freedom in various countries every year. Now, this is the most respected list of its kind in the world. It won't surprise smart viewers of this show to learn that this year's index, which came out this week, has seen Australia slump to its lowest score ever. We used to always be in the top 20, and now we're barely clinging to the top 40, Australia coming in at 39th. Namibia, Jamaica and the Dominican Republic are all beating us on press freedom. RSF blames the hyper-concentration of media ownership and says newsrooms have suffered in recent years from the negative effects of digital transformation, cost reductions and layoffs, and that is all true. But the most disturbing comment was this one. RSF said Aussies don't fear government restraint or detention, but we still feel threatened by other possibilities such as defamation suits, contempt of court charges, attacks on social media, or loss of employment as a result of government or corporate interference. I'm sorry. What? Australians still feel threatened by other possibilities such as defamation suits, contempt of court charges, attacks on social media, or loss of employment as a result of government or corporate interference. I cannot believe I am reading that about Australia, but it's true. We know it is. Forget all the other crises the media is screaming at you to believe in and worry about. This is number one. We have a free speech crisis in Australia. And if we don't wake up and fix it immediately and push back on government and its misinformation, disinformation bills and its e-safety commissioner, we will not be able to fix any other crises because we have no way to talk about any other crises publicly once we lose our freedom of speech. Freedom starts with the freedom of speech. Americans understand this, and that's why it's in their constitution, and it should be in ours. As someone who was a journalist in the 80s and 90s, I've never in my life felt more afraid of sticking my neck out doing a show like this than I do right now. This country is not safe anymore for people who have a strong opinion that goes against the government grain and who want to express it. And that is not okay. Let's abolish the E-Safety Commission and Commissioner because she and her unit are not keeping us safe from the tyranny of government. They are therefore failing to do their job. And ACMA, the Australian Communications and Media Authority, is also failing to do its job in protecting media freedom in this country. I feel I'm putting this show and AEST TV at some risk by criticising ACMA even now. And that should never be the case. I should not feel that way. We should be able to criticise them. So if these organisations are failing as badly as this Reporters Without Borders index proves to keep us all safe from the tyranny of political actors, why do they exist? That's a very good question to ask ourselves.